either one of you, what was the defense's biggest goal this week, and do you feel like you accomplished it tonight?
I'll say for us, it's just to play with passion and have fun. We kind of lose that sometimes in those big games. We hear a lot of outside noise, but we just wanted to have fun today and play as a team. And we know we're capable of. We know, what we can do out there. We're just listening to our coaches and going out there and execute.
Do you feel like the tackling was better this week?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can say that. We missed some too, so we always got to do things to, clean up. But I feel like overall we came out there and we just had fun. We just played having fun and just, listening to the coaching. We're not worried about making plays and try to force anything, just have fun. Of course, a credit to Colorado. They're a Power 5 team. They're in the Pac-12. They're going to make some plays, but it's our job for, when they start making plays and start driving, to stop them. So I feel like we did that.
Christian, what do you make of how Isaiah and DJ Warnell played this game?
I feel like they both stepped up big, trying to replace Jackson Turner and things like that. So I feel like they did a great job today, coming out there. They're both young. I think that was IT first start. So, kudos to him and things like that.
You had back-to-back plays early in the game where they reviewed you for targeting, and then you had a hit on the sideline that could have been called a penalty. And were you worried at all about either of those calls?
I was definitely worried about the targeting because, during the play, I didn't even know I went up that high to make the tackle. But when I was reviewing it, when they were reviewing it, I was scared. I didn't want to get ejected from this game, so, I was worried.
So you guys offensively had a ton of yards tonight, but it was still kind of a close game there in the fourth quarter. You had two key sequences. Hunter, can you describe the first to fourth down play, what you were doing on the swing pass, and then the sack?
Credit to our defensive coordinator, Coach Nancy and Coach Kafusi, my position coach. They get me ready each and every week. We saw something that that we've been watching in film, and Coach Nancy made a great call. The running back swung out. I tried to get my hand up. I think I tipped it a little bit, maybe I didn't, but it was just a great call by our defensive coordinator, and we executed it well. And then on the last little drive, just trying to get off the ball. Coach Kafusi teaches that all the time, and it was kind of like a struggle for me to get some pass rush going this whole game. But you got to stick through it. You got to fight. Football is a game of all four quarters, and I'm just glad I was able to put some pressure on them and get them down, make a play.
When you see a guy like Paris Shan come up with a pick or fumble, whatever you want to call that play, what does that make you feel as veterans on the team, seeing him excel so far this season?
Paris is doing a great job. He's taking the coaching, and he's applying all the drills into the field of play. He's athletic to be that big. Seeing him go out there and dive and catch it, and whether if it was a fumble recovery or if it was a pick, that's a great play for him. He's putting it on tape, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah. What do you think of the run defense specifically? As far as staying in your gaps, being disciplined.
I feel like we were very assignment signed today. I feel like coming from last week where we didn't do a good job and things like that. I feel like we stepped up big. The whole defense. Trying to stay in our gaps. Trying to execute what Coach Nansen wants us to do. So I feel like we stepped up. Pretty big time today.
You've been here through the losing streak and 1-11 last season. You guys are now 3-2. How do you feel just about where the program is headed and how the team is playing?
The program is headed in the right direction. Coach Fish has done a good job, bringing in recruits, bringing in energy around the football, team and throughout the Tucson community and things like that. But, I feel like it's always next game for me. The wins come and go, so, a win is a win, a loss is a loss is always next game for me.
How difficult is Arizona's receiving core to deal with in practice?
They're pretty difficult. I feel like, they might be the best in the Pac-12. Going against them, gets us as a DB ready. So, going against Dorian and T-Mac and Cowing and all those guys, I feel like it helps us a lot, kind of takes pressure off us in the games, going against good competition like that and practice every day. So,
for me, I've seen like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tyler Vaughns, Michael Pittman, and Drake London, right, all NFL guys. This is the closest thing a receiver core as I've seen to that. T-Mac is a beast, and y'all seen it out there today. Dorian Singer is a beast. Tu is a beast. Jacob Cowan. We even got more guys. Like they're incredible. They're pretty much like a deep group, and it's hard to guard them guys at practice, and you see it's hard to guard them in the game as well.
So T-Mac had a one-handed catch there at the end of the first half. Is that just something that he normally does all the time?
When he first got here, like in the spring, I think, when he first got here, I think his first catch ever at Arizona practice was a one-hand catch on the sideline.
I wouldn't say in practice he does because, he's going against one of the best corners in the Pac-12. but C-Row makes him better every day. But he is a beast. He's a one-of-a-kind talent. So, I expect things like that from T-Mac.
Hunter, you mentioned all those great receivers you've seen at USC and how it's comparable to here at Arizona, what you've seen. But Jacob Cowan, he's a little different than those guys. What makes him so special out there on the football field?
His heart. He plays bigger than what he is. He goes up for catches. He don't care if it's two guys over there. He's tough. He'll run into some tackles. He'll do anything to win, and that's what makes him special for real.
Christian, how much time did you spend this week or during the game just trying to coach up Isaiah or help him, knowing that he was heading into his first start? I know he did play a bunch last week, but it's maybe a little bit different when you have that assignment.
Yeah, it was on and off, helping Coach Cecil and RC, trying to get him on the same page as me and things like that. But I feel like he made a pretty good transition. It wasn't even, that much trying to get him on the same page and things like that. Jackson helped him out a lot, just sitting behind Jack, every game and watching him. I feel like he was pretty well prepared already, for this situation because Coach Walk always says, next man up type mentality. So that kind of helped that out.
Can you talk about how Jaden Delore performed today? I know you guys are watching from the sideline, but to throw for 6 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions to bounce back from a week prior like that.
He does it in practice. I've seen him scramble out of stuff and throw touchdowns. He practices hard. He does what he does in practice, and it translates into the game. At quarterback, that's like the toughest position on the field, I think. And day in and day out, you might not have a great day every day, but he has more good days than he has bad, and he's always consistent. And so I'm proud of him, and it showed today.
Yeah, I played against Delore last year, so I already know what he's capable of. He can throw the ball, so.
Glad to have him on your side.
Yeah, most definitely.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate y'all.